One of the most basic questions you can ask about a table or other record set is how many records there are within that object. In Access, you can find that count in the Open Record Set Objects Record Count property. We use two different objects from the database in this movie. The first is the clients table. I'll double click to show you that we have 3 rows, and I'll press Ctrl W to close it. And now I'll double click the Count Records code module to open that code module within the VBA editor. I've already created the skeleton of the code, have the sub and end sub statements, and then I've defined the variable myr as a record set. And then at the end, after we're done working with that record set, we close it and set the variable to nothing to free up the memory and system resources. To work with the client's table, we need to assign it as a record set to the record set variable myr. To do that, we create a set statement. So set space myr space =, space current db, current db, period, and then open record set. So type an O, and you'll see the open record set method highlighted in the autocomplete list. Press tab. Now we need to identify the table. So type a left parentheses, double quote, and then the name of the table, which is clients, clients, double quote, and then a right parentheses, and press enter. Now we're going to display the value, so just type message box, MSG, BOX, a space, and then myr, MYR, period, record count R, and record count should then appear in the autocomplete list. So press tab to accept it, and then press enter. With those values in place, when we run the code, by pressing F5, we get a value of 3, which, as we remember, are the number of clients in that table. I'll click OK. There is one mistake that's easy to make when you use record count, and that is, instead of opening the table as a regular record set, to open it as a dynaset. So let me show you what happens when you do that. So go up to the set statement with the open record set, and then after clients, between the right parentheses and the double quote, type a comma, and then type db, open, OPEN, dynaset, DYNASET, and press the down arrow key. What you've done is change that line of code so that instead of opening the table as a regular record set, Access is now opening it as a dynaset or dynamic record set, which can be edited. Now remember, there are 3 records in the table. If I press F5 to run the code, the answer comes back 1. That's because the dynaset is dynamic, and instead of looking at the entire table, it only looks at the current selection, and that current selection has 1 record in it. I'll click OK to get rid of the box. Now, if I were to delete db open dynaset by just backspacing over it and the comma, pressing the down arrow key, and then pressing F5, everything's OK, and it goes back to 3, which is the correct answer. The record count method summarizes your data by determining how many records appear in a table or other record set. That's useful information, particularly if you want to know how many orders you had in a day or how many new clients you added in a month. If you receive an answer you don't expect, particularly if that answer is 1, go into your code and make sure that you opened your record set as a regular record set and not a dynaset.